Alright, I don't know how I missed this, but you can't be a real Dead by Daylight content creator if you don't have a tier list. I mean, this really is just the gift that keeps on giving. I don't know how I forgot about this. The good news is, all these tier lists are wrong, and mine is objectively correct. So let's begin with Trapper. He's the oldest killer in the game, and to make sure you know this, the devs made him moan and grunt with effort when he bends down to pick up a trap. Despite this osteoporosis, he's in great shape, and if they added this skin to the game, he would be S tier for sure, but I can't justify that in his current overalls. Survivors will complain about him being boring, and when survivors say boring, it really just means that, you know, they can't reliably use every window and pallet in sight, so they don't like that. For that, I award Trapper with C tier, and also because I feel bad that this old-ass man has to go out and chase survivors all the time. Now, Wraith basically comes with base kit NOED, not only a lack of empathy for tunneling and camping, but an actual sadistic joy in making survivors miserable, so he's going right in the A tier. If I hear that bell in solo queue, I know it's about to be a 1v3 as fast as possible, because Wraiths have the strange ability to immediately sniff out baby survivors that they can ruin the game for as quickly as possible. Hillbilly, dog, they wouldn't even put him on the official game art. They put Hag instead. I don't think Billy's gonna get an update for the rest of this game's existence, and I've seen like one in the past 6 months, so he would be D tier. But they did have that dumbass scream when he charges, so I'll bump him up to C tier. Nurse really needs her own category, so I'll just relabel this one remove, as in remove her from the game completely. Somehow she's slightly hard to learn became an argument for having a killer that can just ignore all aspects of the game, and it's been like that for like 6 years. Like, you can't just add Superman to Call of Duty or something because he has tough controls. He's out here leveling buildings, but don't worry, the guy playing him spent 3 hours learning how to do that, so it's fair. Everyone else running around with guns, fuck you, get good. You can be a scout, sniper, grenadier, or Superman. That's a fair and balanced game right there. Michael Myers gets a lot of disrespect. This man can walk into a match, stare at someone, and kill them instantly. If that's not S tier, then I don't know what is. Otz is like, oh, he's D tier, while playing footage of Myers insta-killing someone at 4 gens in the background. Shit, if that's D tier, then what the fuck are all the killers above him capable of? No, Michael is the GOAT. He's a simple man. Stare, kill. What's not to love? Hag, I already know where she belongs, in the trash. All arguments with Hag mains just boil down to, you should have done something before you were in the match and knew you were playing a Hag. Like, bring a flashlight, go harass her early, just be in a Swift, and of course the unbeatable just crouch. But when you finally do get a teammate that crouches, the Hag is just running back to the hook to manually camp you anyways. Like, show me one Hag main who doesn't just camp the shit out of everyone. If Hag was deleted right now, no one would give a shit. Everyone would be happy, and Hag mains would just go back to their real life where they torture small animals in their backyard. Doctor, what the fuck am I looking at? What are these add-ons? Dude, I gotta read a damn novel to understand this power. All I know about Doctor is every time I see a 5-gen chase video on YouTube, it's always featuring a doctor. Something about him just attracts people who enjoy whiffing 90% of their swings. D tier for Doctor. Huntress, polar opposite of Doctor. Look at this power. Throw hatchet. That's what I'm talking about. Survivors are like, she has busted hitbox, and I'm like, yeah, that's not the only thing that busted, if you know what I'm saying. B tier for bussin'. Bubba. I can't counter this. That's S tier material right there. Freddy. Instead of cool, fun, one-liner Freddy, we got a freaking child molester. Anyone else think it's weird you can play as a canon kitty diddler? I know killers are supposed to be bad guys, but damn, this guy is really just out here running around, like entity sanctioned. Actually, I guess it's better than him being out on the streets now that I think about it. D tier for diddler. Pigmains really think that them choosing a shitty killer is an excuse to ruin everyone else's game? Someone please point me in the direction of any well-adjusted pigmain. I don't think they exist. She also has the lamest memes like Nerf Pig and Boop the Snoot. Like, God forbid I don't want to touch the rotting carcass on your head and would prefer to play the game normally. And then no matter what you do, they shit on you anyway. D tier. Clown. This man has managed to stay obese for 3 years in the entity's realm, and I think he's sustaining himself only on my tears. I just can't loop Clown. No matter what I do, I lose. No pallet, window, loop, nothing is safe against this menace. He's gotta be one of the best killers in the game. And I already know what you're saying. You can't just put Clown in S tier because you personally can't play well against him. I don't know what to tell you. I already put him there. Spirit. A tier. Legion is my hatred of holding M1 personified. These games take like 30 minutes, and I know I'm in the extreme minority, but his new chase music sucks. It sounds like a stock audio track for like a Nerf gun commercial.
In Strike. Blasters sold separately.
D tier. Plague, I like swinging the weapon as Plague because she's like Aru and like arrivederci. B tier. I suck at Ghostface, so I watched a few guides on how to play him, and I was like, oh, you just have to play survivors that literally never look around. If you want to know pain, send yourself to Iria Crows with this man. C tier only because he can teabag. Demo my boy. He's got a little bit of everything. I would give him S tier, but I'm mad that you can never hit a survivor by lunging off tall stuff, or at least I never have. Once I hit one of these, he'll move up for sure. My favorite part about Oni is that you just know immediately whether survivors are gonna shit on you or not, because they just start pre-dropping everything. If I was in charge of DBD, Oni would have a Shrek skin. Death Slayer, holy shit, man, there's so many killers now. He's not MLG anymore, so D tier.
Oh my god!
Pyramid Head. Pyramid Head was A tier, now C tier. I used to wash dishes back in high school, and the 7-Eleven I would go to after work sometimes had this tweaker who looked and dressed very similar to Blight, minus the jaw hanging off, obviously. Ultimately, I prefer in-game Blight because he doesn't ask me to buy him ho-hos every time I see him. Go solid B tier for Blight. I don't recognize this killer. I don't know who this is. Trickster and I have a special relationship where they tunnel me because of my username almost every time. I don't know why they're named Trickster when all they do is throw knives. The only trick this man has in his bag is looking fabulous, so A tier for that. I like how when Nemesis came out, everyone was bitching about how Nemi players tunnel all the time, when in reality it was just a massive influx of new players who didn't read the Survivor rulebook. They're like, yeah, of course I should kill this guy first. I already hooked him once. It just makes sense. A tier for making trash Survivor mains mad. Pinhead is the solo queue destroyer. Every time I play against him, no one wants to get that f***ing box, and that's if they didn't DC immediately on hearing the starting noise. I'll give him B tier for Pinhead. The Artist is the first female killer that I would unironically simp for, like, Huntress is too buff and stupid, Plague is throwing up all the time and rotting, Hag, I don't even have to explain, Spirit is a ghost and also cut into pieces, but Artist, I mean, damn. And those hands can be any shape. Any shape. A tier for sure. All I can think of with Statico is that Discord message thumbnail that Dowsy had that got memed so much that Dowsy memes were banned from the DBD shitposting subreddit. So for that, I will give her B tier. Dredge looks like a turkey, and Thanksgiving is one of my least favorite holidays ever, so, you know, C tier. Finally, Wesker. His first name is Albert, so he was gonna be D tier, but then I played him, and I saw that you could throw survivors into trash cans, so we're gonna go high A tier for that. And to future-proof this video, I'm tier listing the leaked Night Killer. My inside sources tell me that they will have a horse named Shabadoo and will be able to kill survivors in real life. So that's gonna be like mid-C tier at least. Let's see if I have any last-minute changes. This looks pretty good to me. Let's remove Pig as well.